Good morning. Welcome to Home Steady As I Go. I just want to stop. I'm going to make a quick video for you this morning. I hope y'all are having a fabulous day. This is my waffle recipe. This is dedicated to my mom who's having trouble making waffles. We do make them from scratch when we don't have boxed. I base it off of a Betty Crocker recipe, and I've already measured stuff out and gotten started. There's no reason for me to show you me measuring stuff out. Okay, so I'm going to show you my secret. And so first I'm going to tell you it takes 2 large eggs. This makes about 7 waffles. I use 3 eggs of my fresh eggs because they're not quite as big as a large egg. And the secret is, the first thing you do is I put it in my KitchenAid. You can use a hand mixer, and you want to mix them until they're fluffy. And I'm going to show you real quick what that looks like. This is fluffy. You see how it's hanging here? It's going to be nice and thick and fluffy. That is going to make or break your waffles right there, is starting with a fluffy egg. So I have 3 eggs in here that were more like a medium egg. They're my fresh eggs. And then in this bowl I have my dry ingredients. My dry ingredients are going to be 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. In my liquid, right here, I have 2 large eggs and 1 3/4 cup of milk. And when we don't have an abundance of milk in the fridge, I will tell you I use canned milk. But today I do have milk out of the fridge. My one secret ingredient that they don't call for the recipe would be my pure vanilla extract. And I'm just going to put a good dollop in there. And that's really going to give my waffles the really good flavor that they have. The other thing that I do put in here is I'm going to shake a little cinnamon in here. And the girls really like cinnamon in their waffles, and so I also do that. And so what I'm going to do is, now that my eggs are all fluffy, is I'm going to go ahead and beat in my wet liquid first, and then I'm going to be adding in my dry. And I'll turn this video on in just a moment once I get all that in there, because you don't need to watch me add all that in there. It's just going to make it way too long. So give me just a minute and I'll be right back. So this is me. I'm going to show you how I keep it fluffy. My eggs are already fluffy. I'm adding my wet ingredients. I'm going to show you really quick. I turn it on a good speed, and I'm just going to, not horribly slow, but slowly add this mixture in, because I don't want those eggs to collapse. And I'll be back in just a moment. My dry ingredients, I have some cinnamon. I can't tell you how much I put in here. I just kind of sprinkle it over the top, and so that it looks like this. I'm going to mix this in here. My egg mixture is going over there, and here is my huge secret, is I'm going to get this flour in here, and of course you're going to beat it as little as possible. So I dumped in all my dry ingredients, because with any pancake or waffle batter, you really want to not overmix it. I put the whole thing in there, and I'm just going to mix this till it comes together. And this is going to be super fluffy, and that's what you want for a really light waffle. And I'm just waiting for that to incorporate. And then once that's done, give me just a minute here, and that should do it. I'm going to let this sit. That's another huge thing, is let your batters, whether it be pancake, whether it be waffles, fix it, forget it, let it sit, and it's going to bubble up with that baking powder and continue to keep that a nice light batter. My batter has been sitting about 10 minutes, and do you see all these bubbles? You see how bubbly this batter is? That is the secret to your batter, whether it is boxed or you make it from scratch. If you let it sit, it's going to get all these bubbles. It's really going to aerate, and those waffles are going to be much lighter, especially if you're having trouble with your waffles being dense. So my waffle iron plugged in. It is hot.
I think it's only one person.
And what I do is I put oil in a napkin. And then I just go over this really quick, and I'm just kind of re-seasoning my waffle iron. And it's a messy affair, but this is going to keep my waffles from sticking. The other secret is plastic utensils. Plastic fork, plastic knife. I keep these whenever I get a set somewhere. I bring them home, put them in my drawer because I know when I make waffles I'm going to need one. And this is going to keep your waffle iron from getting scratched up from a metal utensil, because waffles sometimes need coaxing. Well, let's just be honest. They always need coaxing getting out of the waffle iron. So there's no reason to lie to yourself and say it's just going to pop out. So it is ready. Give me just a moment. I'm going to give you another quick tip. My cast iron skillet, I cook sausage in it, and it got all the burnt on stuff from the maple sausage. And instead of me scouring this pan, I just put a little bit of water in it. I turn it on to boil, and all of that stuck on everything is gone. I'll be able to dump this, put a little more oil butter in here, and I'll be able to cook the eggs in here without having to scrub this pan to death. So I poured all of the water out of here, put it in my slop jar. I always have slop jars for grease. When it's mixed with water, if it's straight grease, I'll feed it to the chickens. And you see how clean this, it was all burnt on from that sausage. And look, I can just wipe this out. No more burnt on mess. I don't have to scrub this pan. And I'm going to be ready to go with my cast iron skillet to go ahead and make eggs next. I hope this has helped you with a quick kitchen tip. So my waffle iron is really hot. It's got some oil in it so it doesn't stick. My waffle iron is going to take approximately, I don't know, about a third of a cup of batter. And so I use a measuring cup, and I pour it in a circle. And that's not quite enough. I'm pouring it in a circle and letting it fill in the middle. That was a tip from there, and there you go. That was a tip from the owner's manual of this particular model. And so I stopped pouring the batter in the middle, which made the ends really super thin, and the middle was really thick, and the ends were burning. So we're gonna let this cook. And you see here I have a ready button, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be ready to my satisfaction. So when that goes off, I'm gonna keep peeking, and I'm gonna take it out when it's brown enough for me. Okay, so this waffle maker says it's done. Mom, watch. This is for my mom. Look, Mom, I'm peeking. Oh, look, and there it is. It wasn't quite ready before, but it is now. I'm going to use my knife. Get up underneath here. This is a very crispy waffle. Here is your other tip, folks. Here's your tip. If you guys want a crispy waffle to remain crispy, you've got to take it out for just a sec. Put it on a cooling rack. Let the steam escape. Let the steam escape. And that waffle's going to stay crispy. Perfect example. Waffle stuck to the top. Plastic knife. I'm not going to damage anything. And boom. There it is. Another beautifully crispy waffle. You don't like them that crispy? Just take them out earlier. So here's my daughter enjoying her waffle. Sam, look at me. Did the waffle stay crispy? Yes. And can you taste the cinnamon? A lot or a little? Just a little bit. And of course she's dipping it in her hot syrup. And there you go, folks. How you do waffles. So thank you for stopping by my channel. Thanks for coming to see Home Steady as I go. I'm hoping I'm helping all of you make some waffles, crispy or not. Mom, if I can do it, you can do it. I just showed you how. Even if you use the stuff out of the box, I just showed you how to make a crispy waffle. All right, y'all, take care. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Remember, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Real quick. You see all this leftover batter and all the time I took to make it? I have all this. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to put it in a container. It'll still be good in the fridge tomorrow, and that way I don't have to start from scratch. And it doesn't even matter if it's from a box. You can also put it in the fridge, and I can probably make waffles 1 or 2 days from now. You'll know if it goes flat, and it might separate a little bit. You just shake it up and use it. Thank you.